It's been ages since I've done a meditation here on my YouTube, and I've been sharing with a client of mine today the connection between our chakra system, our energy centers, and the way we feel and the somatic response that happens in our body. At the moment in my book, What's Your Language, I'm really writing about the somatic experience and what happens what happens when we feel emotions and what actually goes on in our physical body. And I believe that when we have the tools and we understand this, we can observe our physical body and go, oh wow, I'm really experiencing some back pain, or my right hip's really sore today. And we can actually soften into that and yield and allow it to be there and actually ask the question, all right, thank you for showing up. What is it that you're here to teach me? What can I learn? So with that, we're going to dive into a chakra release meditation, almost similar to a yoga nidra. So I'm aiming to combine the two. And as I move through the chakras or the energy centers, I just invite you to completely surrender and to yield to whatever comes up without judging it, without trying to push it away, without trying to change it or label it. Just observe what comes up and then see if by taking note and observing, you might be able to soften into it. You might be able to yield, and you might see if you can actually find a bit of love and compassion for the area and see if that brings to it a sense of gentleness and softness and gives yourself permission to just be in it exactly as it is. So I invite you to find a comfortable position, somewhere where you feel that you can stay for the next 10 or 12 minutes. It's up to you if you use a bolster. It's up to you if you invite your furry friends over for a cuddle. My furry friend at the moment is slightly wet. It is pouring here in the moment in Newcastle, and she is slightly drenched, but still cute all the same. So do what you need to do to get comfortable, and I just invite you now to lean in. You might want to gently soften down your eyes. You may be lying down on the ground with your knees bent. You might be sitting up on a bolster like what I'm sitting up on. Wherever you are though, I just invite you to take a moment to give yourself permission to just be in this next 10 or 12 minutes. Let go of anything that you need to do after this meditation or whatever was in your day. It's completely irrelevant right now. By leaning in and giving yourself permission, you are saying out there to yourself that I'm happy to give myself some self-care, some time out. I'm happy to pause, to create a little bit of space for my body to heal, for my body to become aware, for my body to soften, and for my body to experience love. So I want you to take these next 5 breaths to breathe in a sense of calm, a sense of receiving, and a sense of being held. Whatever that may look like when you breathe in, I want that to fill up every single cell in your body. And as you breathe out, I invite you to completely yield to this moment and give yourself permission. Breathe in a sense of calm and surrender, and a sense of openness and curiosity. And breathe out, I invite you just to yield and be open and curious to whatever shows up. Take 2 more breaths with what you need. Notice now your physical body. Notice how your shoulders are. Notice if there is any tightness or tension in the face. Soften your belly and let your hips sink into the floor. Notice if there is any unnecessary tension still hanging around in the body, and if there is, just use these next couple of breaths to completely surrender, Find a sense of suppleness. As I move through these energy centers, again, I just ask you to move in with compassion, a sense of curiosity as to anything that shows up, and a sense of kindness as you really pay attention to the area and ask your body, thank you for showing up. What is it that you need? And how can I help you? To bring your energy and attention to the space between your thighs, your root chakra and Muladhara, the base of your spine. This chakra is red. Their element is earth. This is the space of our connection and our survival, and it is blocked by fear. You may notice a disconnection to this chakra from anywhere from the toes, the arches and the front of the foot, the plantar fascia, the ankles, Achilles, moving up the calves into the patella, the knee joint, noticing the quads, the hamstrings, the adductors, and the space between your sit bones. Just gently pay attention to what is in this area for you. Notice how your feet feel, your shins, your calves, your knees, and your upper legs. Be curious as what you can find. If this chakra is out of balance, we can feel completely disconnected. We can feel ungrounded. We can feel really unsettled. And we can feel like our feet are completely off the ground. This is our connection to our survival, so our basic needs, most in relation to our primitive, our reptilian brain. Things as basic such as our food, our sleep, the way we go to the bathroom, how often we go to the bathroom or how often not. The relationships we have with others, the relationship we have with ourselves. You may find instability in the body in those lower areas. Any of these areas are out of balance. Again, just gently paying attention to what comes up. Notice how you feel. How is your balance? How do you feel connected to the earth? Do you feel secure and safe? Or do you feel disconnected, aloof, tired, run down all over the place? So I invite you to visualize roots like a tree just grounding down into the earth. A solid, strong connection. Your feet firmly planted on the ground. A sense of ease, a sense of being held, and a sense of coming home. So breathe in the words, I feel safe, I feel home. I feel safe, I feel home. And just repeat that gently to yourself. Noticing now that grounding energy, slowly starting to shift energy and attention upwards. The color is orange. So we move into our sacral chakra. Think of the space between your hips, your sacrum, your lower back. Notice your left and your right hip and your lower digestive organs. The large intestine, the small intestine, your bladder. And notice any areas around this lower hips, lower back. And gently and mindfully pay attention to what you may feel. A sense of no judgment. just awareness. Let this gentle orange light just sit in this area, in this space as it is needed. Let it bring a sense of warmth. The element is water. And just like water, if things can't flow, we're going to experience things getting stuck, such as poor digestion, constipation, things such as lower back pain, things such as bloating. We're going to experience tightness in the left or the right hip or the outer hip. And we're going to feel rigid, tight, stuck, sore. So take a moment to observe this area. This is the chakra of our creativity, the chakra of our sexual and sensual energy, the way we feel about ourselves. It is a chakra that is blocked by shame and healed by the authenticity we can do by shining ourselves. So take a moment to lean into who you really are, at your core self. A sense of acceptance, a sense of yielding, a sense of letting go of the things that don't serve you anymore. So visualize this beautiful orange light and repeating this mantra just in your mind. I am enough, just as I am. I am enough, just as I am. Give yourself permission to release any shame, to release any old limiting beliefs here. Give yourself permission for water energy to flow. So feeling that sacral chakra released, bring your energy up a little bit higher into our power center. The color is yellow. The origin is the solar plexus. And I want you to visualize the element of fire. This beautiful burning heat energy that's burning through those old limiting beliefs, those old stories of not feeling enough. And notice how this fire feels around areas such as the stomach, the digestion. Notice even the diaphragm in your breathing. And notice the front and the back of the rib cage, the mid part of the spine, and the left and the right kidney. Notice also your liver. Pay attention to how your liver is working. Is there too much heat going on in your body? Are we burnt out or stressed, overworked, too busy, fast? Is our master organ, our liver, working way much harder than it needs to support us? Are we tired and exhausted, fatigued, frustrated, too much fire, too much energy, too much frustration? We're feeling sharp, angry, aggressive. Take a moment to feel into this fire and come back to a sense of belief, a self-esteem in yourself, a sense of empowerment in yourself as to who you are. Come back to the belief that you are enough just as you are. And then tune into how much energy you're giving out to others. And is it possible to put that back into yourself? To get your fire burning for yourself, to create that fuel, to create that heat, to create that drive and passion for life, rather than overdoing it and burning out. So sit with this fire energy, the color yellow, in this space of our digestive organs, our stomach, our mid-back, our kidneys, our liver. And repeat this gently to yourself. I am strong and I am clear in my decisions. I back myself wholly. I am strong and I am clear in my decisions. I back myself wholly. Visualize this fire now, just again burning through any old limiting beliefs of not feeling enough back down in that sacral chakra. Allowing yourself to feel supported and held. Giving yourself permission to feel empowered, to let go of the guilt, to finally clear some space, and to put that energy and attention back into yourself so you can find energy, vitality, and share that onto others. Starting to bring that energy now into the center of the 7 chakras, Anahata, our heart chakra. The color is green. The element is air. So feel a sense of lightness now as you maybe place your hand near your heart. Notice your breath in and notice your breath out. What do you feel? What are the words you say to yourself when you look in the mirror? When you look at your body? When you see yourself in a passing window? When you're working out at the gym and you catch your image? How are the words you speak? And are they kind? Notice physically, not just the space around the heart, but the chest, the right and the left shoulder. Notice the space up around the neck, the trapezius. Notice the energy drift down both arms, the front and the back to the elbow. Down the forearms, into the wrists and into the fingers. What can you find? How can you be curious? Is anything showing up for you here? Breathe this beautiful, compassionate energy into any areas that need it in this heart space. Out of balance here, we can feel judgmental, jealous, aggravated, small, unloved, unseen, lonely, and of course move through grief. So just take a moment to honor it without pushing away what's here. Just pay attention. Simply notice without judging. I see you. I feel you. It's okay. And then just gently offering yourself a mantra for this space. I give myself permission to receive compassion and joy. I give myself permission to receive compassion and joy. Let it fill you up. What does that feel like? What can you notice? Soften everything. Noticing the suppleness now of the body as you move that energy up into Vishuddha, your throat chakra. The color is blue. Notice what it feels like to breathe through the throat. Does it feel constricted? Does it feel strained? Does it feel open? And is there the ability for you to speak your truth regularly? Or do you feel the need to hide it? To not speak up for fear of being judged or criticized or cast out? Take a moment to swallow. Notice if that felt easy or hard. Take a moment to think of a situation where you've had to hold back your voice, or you've been told to hold back your voice. How did that feel? What reactions did you have in your body? Physically, we can notice anything from sore throats to colds and flus, bronchitis, laryngitis. Asthma, that's also to do with the heart chakra as well. We can notice things moving up into our jaw, our mouth, such as ulcers, issues with the tongue, our taste. The element is sound. We might even struggle to hear. So is there anything that we are refusing to hear or listen to? Or are we talking too much to try and be heard? Take a moment just to honor all of that. And then starting to repeat this mantra. I speak my truth, even when it's difficult. I speak my truth, even when it's difficult. Gently just bringing your hand a moment to your third eye and just resting your 3 fingers on that third eye. Just taking a moment to bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows. You're welcome to leave the hand here or drop the hand down. Take a moment to honor this next chakra, ajna, space right between the brows, our third eye. This is blocked by materialistic items, our ego, on the constant search to look for something outside of us to make us happy. This is the space for our intuition and our guidance. And if we are constantly searching outside of us or focusing on the way we look, or when we drop 5 or 10 kilos or get around in the next Lorna Jane gear, we'll never actually be happy. They say if we're always searching, we'll always be looking. It is the understanding that our happiness and content, our acceptance lies within. So take a moment physically to notice your eyes, anything in and around the eyes. Notice the space of your head, your brain, your prefrontal cortex. How is your sleep? How does it feel in your temples? How are the wrinkles around your eyes? What story do they tell? How do you feel in your mind? Is it always busy up there? Or do you have moments of space? If this chakra is out of balance, we can feel anxious, disconnected. We can feel like our thoughts are like a rabbit hole. Notice what's going on up there right now. And without judging any of the thoughts that you're experiencing, just do your best to watch them, become the observer. I notice you. I am feeling this. I'm experiencing this. Let it be there. I invite you now to come into the mantra. When I feel unclear, I give myself permission to pause. When I feel unclear, I give myself permission to pause. The only way that we can calm and quiet a busy mind is to take a moment and step back. Rumi says that when we are quiet, we're able to listen. Lastly, bringing all these energies together, notice now the crown of your head and visualize a beautiful bright white light literally just cascading over your whole body from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. And I want you to visualize this light in whatever sense of compassion and kindness it may bring to you now. Our last chakra, the crown chakra, is our connection to our higher self. The person we are at our whole being. Our basic goodness. Our ability and need and desire to be well, healthy, and energized. This is your basic goodness, your true self. And it is always there. It is compassionate, kind, loving, accepting, and aware. So notice now your whole being. Notice your root chakra, the base of your spine, your sacral chakra, your lower back, your hips and your pelvis, your solar plexus chakra, your navel, your belly, your mid-back, kidneys, lungs, organs. Notice your heart chakra. Feel a sense of warmth right through the center of your chest. Your throat chakra, a sense of ease and knowing that it's okay to speak your truth. Your third eye chakra, as you give yourself permission to pause and take space to listen to your intuition, your gut feeling. And then back to the crown of the head as you feel completely supported and held. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just repeating this last mantra to yourself. I accept myself exactly as I am, without the need for more. I accept myself exactly as I am, without the need for more. And notice how that feels in your physical body, to yield, to accept, to not fight the things that are here and just let it be. Take a breath in and a breath out. Take a breath into your shoulders, let them rise up around your ears. On the exhale, let them soften completely down your back. Breathe into your belly, let it expand. And exhale, completely surrender, yield. And lastly, breathe into your hips and your lower back. And exhale into a space of compassion, acceptance, allowing. When you feel ready, if you're lying down, gently roll to your side. We'll meet in a seated position. Notice how your mind feels. And notice how your body feels. Come back to noticing your mind and your body as often as you need to bring yourself back to presence, so that when you're present, you have an opportunity to make a choice. And in that moment of pause, give yourself permission to choose with kindness and compassion, and notice how that feels in your body. Bring the thumbs gently to the third eye and just honor yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, so give yourself permission to give back to you every opportunity you can. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that meditation, and it's a lovely one to share with kids as well. I'd love to know your experience with that and how it actually feels to soften into your body when we're faced with ailments or illnesses or injuries. And instead of getting rigid and getting angry at them and firing up, is it possible to just soften and go, you know what? Wow, you're here today. Okay. What is it that you're here to teach me? Is there anything that I can learn? Is there something going on emotionally that's causing this pain in my knee or my foot or my right hip? And when you get curious, not critical, you start to empower yourself with the knowledge and the awareness. And it makes it so much easier on the mind to deal with the fact that, okay, I'm getting an understanding of this, rather than not knowing and moving through anxiety and fear and this sense of just hopelessness because we don't understand. Get to know your body with that compassion, and it's a whole nother ball game. My book is on its way. It is nearly finished. I'm on 30,000 words for my book, Watch Your Language. If you're not following along, you can jump on my Instagram page, which is Watch Your Language. I'll put it details down below. And you can jump on there. My website is also being updated. I'm doing work in schools now for my Watch Your Language program, which is really helping our kids and teenagers especially, and the parents, in order to catch their words and thoughts from self-sabotage and unworthiness and fear, doubt and worry, and shift it into a sense of kindness and compassion, where we actually start to lift ourselves up. And by doing that, we then give permission for others to do the same. Thank you so much, everyone. Have yourselves a beautiful night and stay dry if you're in the Newcastle area. Please comment below. I'd love to know how you found that meditation, and let me know what you'd like to see on this channel, what you'd like to see next, and maybe you'd like to see a kids meditation. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.